Hello बच्चों, we have started this lesson Indigo written by Louis Fisher. Louis Fisher was born in Philadelphia, but he was very much impressed with Mahatma Gandhi. That's why he had written one book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi, and present story has been taken from that book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. In this story, we have read that there was a farmer, his name was Rajkumar Shukla. Rajkumar Shukla came to Lucknow when annual convention of National Congress Party was going on in December 1916. He met Mahatma Gandhi and asked for help against the greedy landlords and told that landlords in Champaran are actually exploiting the peasants. Peasants are sharecroppers in Champaran. So Gandhiji was busy. Gandhiji said that he had many engagements. So Gandhiji could not give a fixed answer. After that, there were so many meetings. Gandhiji went everywhere. Rajkumar Shukla followed him, and when Gandhiji returned to ashram at Ahmedabad, then Rajkumar Shukla also followed him in the ashram and said only one thing: "Sir, please fix a date." Then Gandhiji said that after a few months, there would be a meeting in Kanpur, and then he will come to Calcutta. And he says that he instructed Rajkumar Shukla to meet him in Calcutta. Rajkumar Shukla met him at Calcutta. They went to Patna at the house of Rajendra Prasad, where servants have not treated them well, because servants were thinking that they were untouchables, and they were knowing also Rajkumar Shukla, but they were thinking that Rajkumar Shukla was not doing good thing because he was against his master. So then Gandhiji decided to go to Muzaffarpur, because Muzaffarpur was in the route of Champaran. So he went to Muzaffarpur, and there he met J.B. Kripalani. J.B. Kripalani was head and in charge of an arts college in Muzaffarpur. He was a professor. He had met J.B. Kripalani in Santiniketan in Kolkata earlier. So J.B. Kripalani, when he met J.B. Kripalani, when on 15 April 1917, so J.B. Kripalani made arrangement for stay in the house of Professor Malkani. Professor Malkani was also a teacher in a government school, and this was extraordinary thing in those days. Now Gandhi took a meeting of advocates and poor peasants who came to know that Mahatma Gandhi has come to save them. They started coming by foot or by some cart only to see such a great personality. Mahatma Gandhi scolded all the advocates who were taking huge amount of fee or big fee for representing the cases of these peasants. Then Mahatma Gandhi came to know that actually, as per agreement, all the sharecroppers have to grow 3/28 part or 15% of indigo and this happened because of one contract. There was one contract, and that's why all were so this was done by long-term contract. So because of this contract, all the farmers have done this. Presently, the landlords learned that Germany had developed synthetic indigo. Yes, but the current scene is that landlords came to know that Germany had developed synthetic indigo. They thereupon obtained agreement from the sharecroppers to pay them compensation for being released from the 15% of arrangement. So earlier, farmers were actually growing, harvesting indigo, and how much percent of agricultural land they were growing this 15%, and the whole 15% they used to give to their landlords. But because their landlords came to know recently that Germany had developed synthetic indigo, it means that they do not need now this indigo which is being grown in their fields. That's why they are now saying that stop growing indigo. They are saying stop growing indigo, in place of indigo grow any other thing, but they are demanding compensation. They are demanding means British landlords are saying that do not grow indigo, but the amount equal to the crop of 15% they must pay to their landlords. So now this was very irksome. The sharecropping arrangement was irksome to the peasants. This thing was very irksome. Irksome means very irritating to the peasants, and estates owned by Englishmen and worked and many signed willingly. So when this contract was being made, signed, everyone signed because they were afraid. Those who resisted engaged liars, and those peasants who were very alert, who were knowing about this contract and who resisted, they contacted liars. The landlords hired thugs. Meanwhile, the information about synthetic indigo reached the illiterate peasants who had signed, and they wanted their money back. At this point, Gandhiji arrived in Champaran. He began by trying to get the facts. First, he visited the secretary of British Landlords Association. The secretary told him that they could give no information to an outsider. So Gandhiji met the secretary of British Landlords Association. But the secretary of British Landlords Association said that they cannot, secretary said that this information cannot be given to an outsider. Gandhi answered that he was no outsider. Gandhi said that he was no outsider. Next, Gandhi called on the British officials, commissioner of the Tirhut division in which the Champaran district lay. When Secretary of Landlords Association rejected this, when Gandhiji wanted to talk to Secretary of Landlords Association, Gandhiji was rejected. At that time, then Gandhiji contacted British official commissioner of the Tirhut division. Tirhut division, it was in Champaran district. So Gandhi contacted commissioner. The commissioner, Gandhi reports, proceeded to bully me and advise me to forthwith to leave Tirhut. Commissioner, Gandhiji went to commissioner to take help of commissioner because exploitation was going on and landlords were doing wrong thing. But commissioner, what commissioner did? Commissioner tried to bully Gandhiji. Bully means to disturb, to prick, to bully him. And he advised Gandhiji to leave Tirhut immediately. Gandhiji did not leave. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. Gandhiji went to Motihari. Motihari was capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him. At the railway station, a vast multitude greeted Gandhi. He went to a house and using it as headquarters, continued his investigations. There were many lawyers, they joined Gandhiji. There were many peasants, they were also following Gandhiji. Gandhiji went to a house and Gandhiji used that house as headquarters and started his investigation. A report came in that a peasant had been maltreated in a nearby village. Suddenly a report came that one poor peasant was maltreated in a nearby village. Maltreated, badly treated, means he was beaten. Gandhi decided to go and see. The next morning he started out on the back of an elephant. So next morning Gandhiji started to go there and see that poor peasant who was being maltreated, who was being beaten by landlords. So next morning Gandhiji was going on the back of an elephant. He had not proceeded far when the police superintendent messenger overtook him and ordered him to return to town. Although he was on the way and he had not yet reached, but suddenly messenger of police came there and gave this message that Gandhiji should return to the town immediately. In his courage, Gandhiji complied. Complied means obeyed. Gandhiji obeyed the order. The messenger drove Gandhiji home where he served him with an official notice to quit Champaran immediately. Gandhiji returned to the home. There he was given one notice from the government, and that notice was that Gandhiji should return from Champaran immediately. Means Gandhiji should leave Champaran immediately. Gandhiji should quit Champaran immediately. Gandhi signed a receipt for the notice and wrote on it that he would disobey the order. So now Gandhiji wrote a receipt for the notice, and Gandhiji wrote on that receipt, Gandhiji wrote one sentence on that note. And what he wrote? He wrote that he would disobey the order. It means he would not quit Champaran. In consequence, Gandhi received a summon to appear in court the next day. And in consequence, means as a result, what happened? That Gandhiji received a summon. Summon means a kind of notice to appear in court the next day. At night, Gandhiji remained awake. He telegraphed Rajendra Prasad to come from Bihar with influential friends. Now Gandhiji could not sleep all night. Gandhiji wrote a telegram to Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and he said that Rajendra Prasad should come to Bihar with his influential friends. He sent instruction to the ashram. He wired a full report to the Viceroy. And in the night also he wrote to ashram and gave full instruction in case anything happens to Gandhi, means to himself. He also wrote a letter to Viceroy and gave the full report what is happening in Champaran. Morning found the town of Motihari black with peasants. They did not know Gandhi record in South Africa. They had merely heard that Mahatma Gandhi, who wanted to help them, was in trouble with the authorities. Morning, because this news has spread everywhere. So in the morning, all the peasants, they gathered just before the house of Mahatma Gandhi, because these poor peasants were not knowing about Gandhiji and not knowing how he has cracked such cases in South Africa. They were not knowing these records. They were only knowing that Mahatma Gandhi was in trouble. Mahatma Gandhi has come there to save those peasants from the tyranny of landlords. But now Mahatma Gandhi was in trouble. That's why all the poor peasants, they gathered before the house of Mahatma Gandhi in Motihari. Their spontaneous demonstration in thousands around the courthouse was the beginning of their liberation from fear of the British. When Mahatma Gandhi went to the court, thousands of peasants, they were shouting slogans. They were against the government. They were advocating. They want justice. They want that there should not be trial for Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi told Louis Fisher, Mr. Writer, that this was the first step that peasants started behaving like this, and they have no fear of Britishers. Means this was the step where they were becoming free from fear. This was the first thing. Mahatma Gandhi was knowing that the first thing is that they must be made free from fear. The officials felt powerless without Gandhi's cooperation. There was a huge crowd on the road. There were so many peasants on the road, and law and order was spoiled. Law and order they were not following law and order. Although there were several announcements, but they cannot arrest all the peasants because there were more than 1,000 peasants. Now they means officers, British officers now, they wanted cooperation of Gandhiji. They wanted that Gandhiji should request these peasants, then only these peasants may go from there. He helped from regulate the crowd. So Gandhiji helped. Gandhiji instructed the crowd to remain disciplined. He was polite and friendly. He was giving them concrete proof that their might, hitherto dreaded and unquestioned, could be challenged by Indians. Gandhiji was polite and friendly, but Gandhiji was very educated person. So Gandhiji gave proof that he has not done anything wrong. And Gandhiji also showed that any British officer, how much powerful he is, can be challenged by Indians. The government was baffled. Even government was baffled. Baffled means shocked. The prosecutor requested the judge to postpone the trial, and because the things were worsening and there was situation of law and order, the prosecutor requested the judge to postpone the trial. Apparently, the authorities wished to consult their superiors. Gandhiji protested against the delay. Now, because the proceedings were delayed, Gandhiji protested. Gandhiji was now angry. Gandhiji said, "Don't delay the proceeding." But authorities were so baffled, authorities were so shocked by the situation of law and order outside of the court. That's why it was decided that the case of Gandhiji would be delayed. He read a statement pleading guilty. He was involved. He told the court in a conflict of duties, on the one hand, not to set a bad example as a law broker. When in the court, jury asked whether Gandhiji was guilty or not. Gandhiji said he was guilty, but he has not done this to break the rules of the government. He had done this only because this was his duty to save those poor peasants. Poor peasants are being exploited by the British landlords. So in order to save those peasants, he is doing this. And in doing that, if he is breaking the law, so he is guilty. But he cannot go out of his duty, out of his conscience. On the other hand, to render the humanitarian and national service for which he had come. Gandhiji told that he has broken the law only to do humanitarian and national service, not to disobey any law. He disregarded the order to leave, not for want of respect for lawful authority, but in obedience to the higher law of our being, the voice of conscience. He said that when messenger came to me and said that he should return, he returned because he heard the sound of his conscience. He heard the voice of his conscience that he should return. That's why he returned and thus obeyed the law. He asked the penalty due. He said whatever penalty government want to impose on him, he is ready for that. The magistrate announced that he would pronounce sentence after a 2-hour recess and asked Gandhi to furnish bail for those 120 minutes. Magistrate said that he would announce his punishment 2 hours later. So during these 2 hours, Gandhiji may do arrangement for his bail. Gandhiji refused. Gandhiji said that he will not consult any lawyer and he will not try for the bail. The judge released him without bail. But after 2 hours, what happened? That judge released him without any bail. When the court reconvened, the judge said he would not deliver the judgment for several days. Meanwhile, he allowed Gandhiji to remain at liberty. So court left Gandhiji and freed Gandhiji, and court said that they will not issue any sentence for several days. Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Babu, Maulana Majrul Haq and several other prominent lawyers had arrived from Bihar. So as Gandhiji had written letter to Rajendra Prasad came there at Motihari with Brij Kishore Babu, Maulana Majrul Haq and many other prominent lawyers. They conferred with Gandhi. They contacted Gandhiji and started discussion. What would they do if he was sentenced to prison? So they discussed in case suppose Gandhiji was put into jail, then what they will do. Why the senior lawyer replied, they had come to advise and help him. If he went to jail, there would be nobody to advise and they would go home. So one senior lawyer said, because you will go home, so we will also, you will go to jail, so we will also go to home, because there were no guidance. There will not be any guidance because you will be in jail. What about the injustice of the sharecroppers? Gandhi demanded. Gandhi said, if you all will go home, then what about injustice? Poor sharecroppers are facing. The lawyers withdrew to consult. Rajendra Prasad had recorded the upshot of their consultation. They thought among themselves that Gandhiji was totally a stranger, and yet he was prepared to go to prison for the sake of the peasant. Then Dr. Rajendra Prasad make other lawyers understand that Gandhiji was an outsider, but Gandhiji was ready to go jail for those poor peasants. And opposite to these, we means Rajendra Prasad and all the lawyers. Rajendra Prasad says that we are Bihari, means we are local here, and we are not willing to do anything for those peasants. It is not good. If they, on the other hand, being not only resident of adjoining district, but also those who claim to have served, these peasants should go home. It would be shameful desertion. So Rajendra Prasad said that if we leave these poor peasants and we will not do anything, it will be very shameful thing. They accordingly went back to Gandhiji and told him they were ready to follow him into jail. So Rajendra Prasad said that they are ready to follow him into jail. The battle of Champaran is won, he exclaimed. When Dr. Rajendra Prasad said that he is ready, he with his team, means all the advocates, is ready to follow him in the jail. Then Mahatma Gandhi said, it means battle of Champaran is won. Means then there is no problem. Now battle of Champaran is won. Gandhiji was now very happy. Then he took a piece of paper and divided the group into pairs and put down the order in which each pair was to court arrest. Then Gandhiji made a plan and wrote something on paper and divided the group into pairs. Pairs means in every group there will be 2 persons, and made many groups. And now Gandhiji made a plan that every pair will surrender to the court. When Gandhiji will go into the court and then into the prison, then every other day 2 advocates, means 1 pair, will surrender. Means Gandhiji wanted that means all advocates should not surrender at once. Several days later, Gandhiji received a written communication from the magistrate informing him that the lieutenant governor of the province had ordered the case to be dropped. Many days later, lieutenant governor issued one written order that all the cases against all the charged against Mahatma Gandhi is taken back, and now Mahatma Gandhi is free and this case is being dropped. Civil disobedience had trumped the first time in modern India. This was the first time that civil obedience, this case, was being won by Mahatma Gandhi, because case was dropped. Gandhi and the lawyers now proceeded to conduct a far-flung inquiry into the grievances of the farmers. Gandhi and lawyers they started conducting meetings, and they started doing inquiry about the grievances, about the problems of the farmers. Deposition by about 10,000 pigeons were written down, and notes made on other evidence. Documents were collected. The whole area thrived with the activity of the investigators. and the vehement protest of landlords. Now landlords started protecting because all the documents was prepared by Mahatma Gandhi as a proof that landlords were doing injustice to the farmers. In June, Gandhiji was summoned to Sir Edward Gate, the Lieutenant Governor. In June, Gandhiji was called by Lieutenant Governor Edward Gate. Before he went, he met leading associates and again laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. Gandhiji started to meet Lieutenant Governor, but he chalk out the whole detailed plan on the paper for civil disobedience. Suppose he does not return, suppose he goes there to meet Lieutenant Governor and Lieutenant Governor put him into the prison. In that case, here Gandhiji prepared the whole plan. Okay, thank you, bachcho. Thank you.